Now for something completely different. Another old computer. I know, shocking. This one is a little bit different. It's an SX25. Again, another Gateway 2000. But this one actually has an SX processor. The one that I've been working on lately, and here's my own personal one, usually have a souped up CPU. This one has an AMD 486GX4. We're not talking about this system today. And yes, that is a Sound Blaster 16. And yes, that is a Windows Sound System sound card. What this video is about is this system here. This system, prior to being taken apart completely, was having trouble recognizing PSG style mice. If we rotate it around, you can see that the mouse port seems to be a little bit whacked. I don't know if it's because it was messed with, someone pounded on it, I don't know. But it's also missing its power supply, which I have right here. So, I will move the power supply, take the top off the case, and proceed to install the power supply. Here you can see the SX CPU. If it'll focus. There we go. 46 SX 25 megahertz with production year of let's see if I can read that. 92, I think it says. Yep, 1992. So this needs to have zoom out, not zoom in. This needs to have a power supply installed. Luckily, we have a power supply. I'm going to do a quick install because I don't want to have to mess with routing the cable just to see if this system will still start. So, let's see, this goes over here. Pretty sure that this cable is this way. And line those screws up. And now we have that set in place. We'll just have to connect the power cables in whichever orientation they need to be connected. I think it's, see, they're crossed, so that means this guy is first. So connector 8 is first, I believe. And then goes connector 9. Oh. Works a lot better if you line them up with the proper holes. We finally have the power supply installed, hooked up. I had to switch the orientation of the cables because... Sorry, I had to take a drink. I had to switch the orientation of the cables because I'd switched it. So let's power it on. And let's see what we get on the screen. What do we have? Valid ISA config, okay. So that means we need to go into BIOS with the keyboard attached. Press escape. Is there a CMOS battery? There is. So now, more troubleshooting. Probably should have hooked up the power to the hard drive. Pop in the power cable. Doing this one-handed makes for great YouTube because you're staring at my hand and not anything interesting. I guess the hard drive's starting up. What are the settings on the hard drive? We have 10 cylinders, 12 heads, 56, with a total of 341 megabytes. Focus. Continue. Okay, so now we have to go. IGE is disabled for some reason. That's 1010. Ten 12 55. F4 to save. This is an ISA-based phone modem with a Texas Instruments chip. Okay, so we are loading MS-DOS. On work, I will go over and grab, after I knock over the cover, I will grab my drive diskette for Microsoft mouse drivers. I am currently looking for that diskette. Seems as if the memory may be bad. I'll let it sit, booting. on one hard drive setup, and I put another hard drive setup in. Whenever it get to the high mem testing memory, it would halt. It would go high mem testing memory. I'd hear it count up the RAM, and then when it displayed done, and it would do the return character, it would then halt, and the hard drive light would turn solid green, meaning that it was having constant reading and writing, but it wouldn't progress because it'd get stuck. So I pulled the RAM stick out. It seems to be okay, but I'll clean the contacts, though I do have some spare RAM. So what I'm going to do is go grab some spare RAM, put that in a different slot. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same stick of RAM, put it in a different slot, and see if that solves it. This is really difficult to get in. Come on. This is supposed to be the other way. Sometimes with the orientation. Okay, that's what it was. Memory sticks don't like to be put in the wrong way. Okay, that guy lines up. Snaps in place. Snaps in place. So, restart. With our little RAM stick back in its slot. So we are testing, and it is, get that. That's something new. So high mem. And this is about where it gets stuck, because it says done, and it goes to return the character and start printing the new stuff, and it ends up getting stuck. So I'm going to grab some RAM and put another stick in. I'll put another light's blocking it. I'll put another 3 megabyte RAM stick in, and the system would not boot off the hard drive. The second hard drive, that is. The second of the two I've tried. So then, I put the old memory back in. Still wouldn't boot. So then, I put a floppy disk in the onboard floppy drive. Wouldn't boot. So that, well, okay. Maybe it's because it needs to be cleaned. So then, I grabbed one of my known good floppy drives, took a boot step, put it in, and now it's booting off the floppy disk. So now, if I can go to the hard drive and read the contents, it seems to be there, so now I'm going to go and do a scan disk. Fail. Directory reading. So, those seem to be sketchy. Let me use my other boot diskette. Keep in mind, that boot diskette, featuring MS-DOS 2.0, is over 22 years old. This actual physical diskette. So it is expected to have some degradation in the floppy disk. Now, reformatting the diskette and doing a boot diskette will probably fix that for now. But I'm going to be taking my known working one, hopefully working one, and testing it on this system. So that's reading off the drive. This camera, which I got for $5 plus a $20 battery, so $25, is really surprisingly good. Even though it's from 2008, it has fairly good quality. See if it's inside the DOS folder. CD, DOS, directory. Okay, so I see. I don't think it's there, so. Okay, so it is present on the hard drive. I'm going to have to do some finagling. Maybe I have a diskette. Because I could have sworn I had one. I have a whole box full of random diskettes and whatnot. I may have to spin my own diskette. Let me see. Let's pop this one out. Pop the blue one in. Bad. This one's big, that has the wrong version. Yeah, so this one is from '96, so it's coming up on about 20 years old, this diskette. This one, forgot to cut the lid on the isopropyl alcohol. This one is coming up on 22 years, and the one currently inside it is dead. Okay. This one does not want to read. What I have done is I have renamed. Okay, so it runs off the screen. What I did was I renamed autoexec, autoexec.bat to some random name fix.bat, and then I changed config.sys to fix.sys. So hopefully, when I reboot the system, okay, it was a truck. When I reboot the system, it should just load command.com. Yeah, this one, like I said, was from '96. So, beep beep. Okay, so now we are at a command prompt, which is further progress. Let's see if I can find... What if I... Let me put the camera here. Put the mouse in. So I'm inside the Microsoft Mouse folder right now that's present on one of the hard drives. Let's see what we... what do we see if we can we test it? Huh. Okay, so the mouse port is not dead. That is actually a really good sign. So, some good news. The memory is not bad. The RAM slot is not bad. It was faulty. It was a faulty config.sys. In the config.sys, after it did load high EMM386, which is a memory manager, it would then try to map some memory to a certain area in the, memory that was unavailable, which would cause it to halt. The reason why it was unavailable was because the computer had already allotted that to the video memory. Because in the BIOS you can shadow video memory. It had been shadowing the video memory into the same section that the computer was trying to load the system memory into, or vice versa. So I was able to get that to function, and the mouse works. Here's the mouse moving it around. Here's the cursor moving. So this, I'd say, success. I'm going to pick a floppy drive. Well, I'm going to clean up this floppy drive, clean up the front of this, and then have it back in storage. So yeah, this has been another video by Zesty Panda. If you like this, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, suggestions, the whole spiel.